I'm going to go through the entire period of time, poking fun at all the stuff that happened. And just to give you an idea, this Second Life, started as an idea by the founder and former Linden Lab CEO, Philip Rosedale, a.k.a. Philip Linden. He envisioned a vast, green, continuous landscape, I'm reading this from what they say, distributed across multiple servers, and went on to build it while he dreamed of virtual worlds since his childhood in 1994. Can you imagine his childhood was in 1994? They actually wrote that in there. They didn't put the commas in the right place. So, it wasn't his childhood. Yeah. So I will go on and go take us through 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, voice when it first came, hair up our ass, stuff like that, and all the different things. So if you've got some stuff, you can email it to me. You can send it to my agent. You can write it down, hand me a note card, stuff that you think was unique for
And how
whatever
about
year you want.
2014?
2014, yes, that's the year that Second Life ceases to exist.
No.
Oh my God, no. Yeah.
No.
Listen, nothing ceases to exist. AOL is back. Oh, by the way, I finally told DirecTV to disconnect my television. I am disconnecting from the cable, satellite, whatever. Now listen to this, okay? Now I don't know about your bills and stuff, but my bill was $115 a month, which I could put into buying more clothes in Second Life.
Mine is way more than that.
Yeah. So anyhow, I have to tell Mimi that I'm sorry. I'm busy doing the show right now. Thank you. Sorry. Busy. So anyhow, I decided to disconnect and get Hulu Plus, maybe Netflix, maybe not. Aero is coming, or Aero, or whatever's coming, gives you local stations for $8 a month. So I can get everything and more than they give me for $8 times 3, or $24 versus $100 and some odd dollars. Okay. So I decided to disconnect. Now, it's not easy to disconnect from your cable or satellite television provider, because when you want to disconnect, you can't press a button, you can't do it online, you have to call in. But then you can't do it with the person that you're talking to. You now have to go to another person. These people used to work at Linden Labs, I think. And so now we know what happened to those pink slip people. So then they keep moving you around. Are you sure? Do you really want to? And then they start calling you 3 or 4 times a day, asking you, what's your reason? And I thought it's real simple, okay? You have 374 stations. I watch 2, okay? I only want to buy 2. Is that all right? Just 2. Can I get 2? Maybe 3. They say. So they immediately, when you talk about this, they cut your bill from $115. They said, well, we can give it to you for $94. Somebody's got a phone call. Please answer the call. That's from DirecTV asking if you want my service.
Looks like Explorer.
Yeah. So then they get down to about $84. So I said to them, well, when you get down to about $29, call me. They haven't called me since now. Come on. Isn't it time now for if you're going to this television, whatever they're doing, this is time when we should buy what we want, not what we're given. This package of stuff.
Yes.
I can't even get through the menu to get to what I want to find.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's shows like Bad Girls. Do I need to see Bad Girl? I already am a bad girl. Why would I want to see a show about me? I mean, come on. What's the point? But it's unbelievable. Now, Desperate Housewives? Oh, please. Just give them a couple of pills. They'll feel better in the morning. And then they got, what is that? They have, housewives of every freaking county in the country. And now they've got them from Canada, by the way. Catboy, Housewives of Canada. Can you imagine that? I can't wait.
The ones from Vancouver.
Yeah.
Do
they come with like a big long coat and earmuffs? What is?
Yeah, they fight over like whose toque is most fashionable or something like that. Like whose hockey stick has got the most rhinestones studded to it.
But I've given up in First Life because I was out in New York. I was wandering around, and we stopped by a store called Laura Piana. Anybody know Laura Piana? Anybody ever heard of that store?
Sounds very fancy.
the very fancy store on Madison Avenue. As a matter of fact, went in, sat down, and this very expensive Italian guy came over and said, could he make us an espresso? And I said, sure. They brought us espresso and Pellegrino. Little did he know I wasn't going to buy anything. So I didn't even look like I should be able to buy anything, but what the hell? You know, they figure you walk in, you could be a hip-hop artist, even though you're not black. So anyhow, I could have been, what's his name? So anyhow, I went over and I looked at this little throw blanket. Yes, anybody who's eating those Cheetos will all have.
Yeah, what is that?
Put them in the middle of the freaking room.
Munch.
Who's
Who
munching
is
on
doing
those
that?
back there?
Turn off
So-
your mic.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Just share them around. Come on. I hope they're the spicy ones with jalapeno.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, right. So anyhow, I went and looked at this little throw blanket, okay? And I turned to Irene and I said, Irene, you will not believe how much this is. Now, you all know I'm pretty much of an exaggerator, have a lot of fun doing that, you know, stuff. She said, no, how much? I go, $88,000. She said, oh, bullshit. It couldn't be. Maybe it's $8,000. I said, no, it's $88,000. That's what it was. A blanket for $88,000. I turned to the guy who brought me the espresso and the Pellegrino, and I said,
Okay.
I'll take what's behind curtain number 2, the car.
Found the cost less.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah. And only in New York. Oh, Dr. Fran, this is your town, so let me now talk about this. Okay, only in New York. Only in New York can you find extremely wealthy bag ladies, okay? Only town in the world, right? So I should have taken a picture of this woman. You would have loved this, okay? There she was, sifting through the various garbage on the east side, of course. She wasn't going to be a west side girl. And she was wearing, I promise you, I don't know what vintage store she picked it up, Haley, but you'll appreciate this. She was wearing all black. She had a black Chanel dress on with pearls and a little black hat. And she had
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
She had her little, you know, the stuff they always have in a shopping cart. Hers wasn't a shopping cart. Hers was some custom-made sort of vehicle, which had all various black bags, all stuffed up with her things. You know, I think the bag said, like, Canali, Yves Saint Laurent. She just went around collecting shit. Funny. I'm telling you, you wouldn't have believed it. This is the best bag lady on the planet Earth.
She was
Hello,
off her meds.
delicious. Yeah, no, she was definitely a bag
Yes.
lady. Yeah. And she's unique on that side. Also, there's something else that was very unique in New York. I counted
Unique
the
New
number of people that were born Americans in Manhattan. There were 7. Okay?
Yeah. Nobody speaking English.
It was only 7.
Nobody speaking English.
I tell you, it was like the Tower of Babel. Then I went to this, I'll get back to Second Life stuff, but I want to tell you about my journey when I wasn't around. So I went to this place called Italy, which is run by this famous chef. I've made a decision that any chef that has more than one restaurant, don't go to their restaurant anymore. Because once they have 2 restaurants, don't you know it? Have you noticed these top restaurants? That what they've done is they figured out the cheapest piece of crap that they'll flavor up somehow and charge you $422 for whatever it is, right? Which I didn't pay, of course. I was buying this. But anyhow, Italy has, I don't know, 15, 20,000 square feet of stuff from Italy, you know? And they have these little sections, and you get this to eat and that to eat, and you can sit down, and there's nobody that cares about serving you. And but I wandered through that. Yep, and that was something too. Yeah, New York.
Okay, so who's
it was
got the
great.
walking thing that won't stop?
Yeah, I hate that. Oh, God, I hate that.
Yeah. I thought it was really kind of great. I saw this one Chinese guy wandering around the city, putting little stickers on various buildings going, we own this, we own this, we own this. It was really, like, really unique. Yeah. And I went over, I saw Tiffany, and they'd chiseled out Tiffany, and they'd redone it in Chinese. So it says Tiffany, but you have to read Chinese to be able to know what it
Tiffany.
says. Yeah, so, and I was amazed. I went to Barney Greengrass. This is a very famous sort of like a Jewish deli, okay? Now, I don't know where the rest of you live, but when a little breakfast plate with coffee starts at $24, you know you're in the wrong town, okay? Yeah. So I had a bagel and coffee And Irene and her son had $65 worth of other stuff.
Well, London's more expensive.
I liked Uber. How many of you guys know what Uber is? Anybody know what Uber is? Uber is an app for your phone where you can order a black car or a taxi, you know, and it comes to you, and you can follow it on the map. It shows the little car coming to you and stuff. And I came out of this event, and about 11 of us had ordered cars from this thing, so you could see them all trying to get to where we were. It was just like playing a little bit of Pac-Man, you know.
Play a game
Like-
as to who can get there first.
Only in New York?
Yeah.
I mean, it's only in New York?
No, it's also in Atlanta. It's in several places now. The Uber. So you know you don't have to worry about getting home when you're drunk and the rest of it. It's going to get to Buffalo in
Next century.
2034.
Thank you. Oh, I
You're
won't hold my
welcome.
breath.
Is it crap? Is it in Houston? Is it there yet? Yeah. Oh, Bardo, I missed that. Is that a favorite of Joan Rivers? Oh, Joan Rivers, yes. I'll tell you, and it's phenomenal. I mean, the whole thing is just absolutely incredible. I was so nice of the Federal Reserve to turn $24 trillion of our money into 24 people in New York. They're having a good time, you know. And yeah, it's great. It's fabulous. I went into the museum. Yeah, they had a Picasso on the wall. I just went to stake it down. They came yelling at me. I said, "No, I think this is mine." Looks like mine. Just a little better. I think mine's on paper. That's great. I went to Xenia, okay? How many people know what Xenia is? Do you know the store? This is a men's clothing store. Okay? Why I was in a men's clothing store, I don't know, but I was in one anyhow. And so there was a jacket. I wanted a new sort of summer jacket. They call it deconstructed. Deconstructed means they haven't bothered to put any lining in it or make any pockets or do a goddamn thing to it. It's got, and that's
No
deconstructed.
shoulder stuff.
Crap is gone. Already bought. How quickly was that? You made it for 13 minutes. Okay. So, so anyhow, a deconstructed jacket, right? So I put it on. It fit. Irene said it was very nice. I should get it. I asked him how much was it. He said $2,700. I said, can you deconstruct this? Take it off. You know, what the hell? $2,700 for a deconstructed jacket. How much is it with lining? What? No, I'm serious. That's how much it is. What?
What was it made of?
It's made of crap. Oh, I'm sorry. He's gone.
He's at SL10B.
See? Is that where he is? Hello, Bardo.
Looks like it.
Yeah, so anyhow, that's what's going on in New York. Really very, very exciting news about driving around, by the way, in cabs in New York. Now that they have GPS, the cab drivers don't know where they're taking you unless it comes up on their little iPad, which they often plug in the wrong thing, so they don't know where they're going at all anymore, which is really kind of interesting. You know? And I don't know what the country is. Usually you can tell the economics by who's driving cabs, but I couldn't tell this time. I think they were Syrians, but I wasn't sure. I walked through Central Park, and that was unique. Unbelievable. You see all these young
Beautiful.
children being pushed by people that don't look like their parents. It's like, oh my God, all the kids in New York were kidnapped.
By their nannies.
By their
Please
nannies, right? Yeah, that should be a show on Law and Order. They see one
The
person that
nanny
looks like the
kidnappers.
parent, they arrest them. What? You must have. That was that. And then came back to Atlanta, and I said, wow, what a hick town this is, right? But it's unbelievable. I went to Whole Foods in New York. They have a Whole Foods there. It's
Very pricey, though.
It's very big. It was the same price or less than the one in Atlanta, but the food we have here in Atlanta is not as good. So I went to the manager in Atlanta, and I said to him, listen, you got to call somebody in the company and tell them stop sending the crap that they don't send in New York to us. You know?
Oh.
Did you
Oh,
really?
the one by What in the Warner Tower, Time Warner Tower?
Yeah, that one downstairs. Yeah,
That's a cool
And then I
mall,
went
isn't it?
upstairs to the
Yeah.
Mandarin Oriental to have a cup of tea. I was going
They
to
have
two
good
cups of
food
tea.
there.
Well, forget it. I don't know
I-
how much it is. I know what a cup of tea is. You want to know what a cup of tea is at the Mandarin Oriental with a little view? Because I asked before I ordered two of them. It was $17 for a cup of tea.
Oh,
That-
man.
oh, 1 second. Let me call up Starbucks and see if they can match this. And the best, right behind me, was a Russian guy selling a Chinese guy a piece of land in Manhattan. It was fabulous listening to that conversation. That was
God.
just so much fun. Ordering drinks. So you gotta love it. Yeah, it was quite something. And if any of you are there, I think the play to see is Kinky Boots if you get a chance. That's Cyndi Lauper was involved in that.
Cindy
So now
Lauper
on
and
with the
Harvey
show.
Firestein.
Yes, Harvey Firestein, right, exactly. Which I love Cyndi Lauper. I don't know how many of you like her or
I
not
adore
or
her.
whatever.
I've always
I
thought she's
just,
I do.
amazingly
I like her.
talented.
I always thought she was better than Madonna. They both started
No
the same time.
comparison.
Is that anything?
Yeah, well, it goes to show you why my portfolio doesn't do very well either. I thought Commodore PET was better than Apple. What did I know? How about the latest? I mean, wow, I couldn't believe it. Apple's bringing us iOS 7, which is all about changing the font size on your iPhone.
Skinny,
Sweet.
skinny. Helvetica Nui Ultralight.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that great?
Mhm.
Unbelievable.
I
You
have
could be
Yay.
multitasking too. That'll be good.
But you know what I've noticed? It's really interesting. You know, the Samsung Galaxy, whatever it is much bigger than the iPhone, right?
Mhm.
And I've noticed all the girls that have a Galaxy 8 that have the pink little holding case around it, they're bigger than the girls holding the iPhone 5. It must be something that just works together at the same way. Hello, Titania. Hello. Hello, Tindalia. How are you? Hello, Maddie. Oh, you're so sweet, Maddie Keynes. That's so sweet, Titania. So we have some entertainers for you tonight. Unfortunately, they're somewhere else. No, they're here. We have some. We're going to bring up. Do we want to bring up the duo first, or we want to bring up the single act?
Well,
What do we
let's
want to
bring
do?
How
up the
about-
duo, if that's okay.
Really? Okay.
I'm so glad these two talked with each other ahead of time, right?
They're always
That's
hanging out
okay.
at the
Hey,
laundromat
Subliminal,
together.
how are you? Good to see you. And before we bring them up and everything, I want to thank everybody. You guys have made Tuesday into a very
Yeah.
special day. It's a day that is really I love this show. I love all of you. This is a fun time for me, and we get together from all over the world, and we don't have to pay. I was surprised. What do you think a ticket to Kinky Boots costs? Anybody want to guess? Anybody want to take a number?
$200.
Yeah, it's started somewhere $200 to $300 a ticket. Exactly.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
It's
I
not that
told-
we're here every. It's not that we're here every Tuesday. We just can't find the way out.
Queen, that's well put. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I told my girlfriend. I said, "Sure, Kinky Boots. I'll wait for it to come to YouTube."
Oh my God, Thinker, what happened to you?
Okay, you guys are ready to go? You two are up and ready? There you go. All right, I'm going to turn this over to the duo. And do I need to step out of the way, or are you guys all right if I stand right here?
Oh, it's perfectly all right.
There
Steve.
he goes. That voice kills me.
Ja, no, I do need to explain because I'm here in costume as Letitia Sludberry. Oh, yes. And I need to my
Of the New Jersey Sludberries, that's important. Don't forget
yes,
that.
Indeed. And I need to tell Catboy what we're going to do. Well, you know, we're going to do the best script, the promo that stars me. Oh, yes.
Oh, boy.
Of course. Oh, yes. And I have, in honor of that occasion, I want to show you my pussy. It makes me laugh. I don't know why my pussy is so funny, but it works very nicely. And I will do the initial reading. And let's see if I can find it.
Oh my God! Is that pussy on a hot tin roof?
Oh, this is so strange. Yeah. I will read the introduction, the cast of characters. This is a video, or to become a video, written by Catboy and that nice Mr. Thinker. And I will read the background information, and then we will go into reading. My colleague and I will go into reading the characters. And I will be reading as Letitia Sludberry. So the cast, this is a promo for Flying Saucers Episode 1. Rich Roundley, the reporter, is a young man, good-looking, well-dressed, eager. He is here to interview the people of the Immaculate Perception Trailer Park about rumors of strange events here. Rich holds a microphone in front of his mouth. Then there is Letitia Sludberry. That is I. And notice how I got my grammar correctly. And I have brought here my pussy in a box. Then there is an indestructible automatron. He does not have any lines and does not deserve any. Mama will come in just at the end. And there is Larry, the cameraman, who is obviously female, dressed in jeans, has a camera on her shoulder, always looking into the eyepiece. And those are only bit parts. My part, Letitia Sludberry, is the most important. The scene here is in the Immaculate Perception Trailer Park, where the elite meet for treats. What the treats are has never been specified. There is a microwave pyramid in the background, and I, Letitia Sludberry, as I am standing near it, carrying, oh well, you know why I'm carrying, Larry with a camera and Rich stand a little farther away, positioned as ready to start a shot with the pile of microwaves in the background. Rich speaks. Okay, we got the crab collection detail, so let's make the most. Oh, no. Sorry. There, Rich is going to speak.
Okay,
Catboy is going to speak.
I'll handle Rich. Okay. Okay.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
I will handle Mimi.
Yeah. All right. We got the crab collection detail, so we make the best of it. You gonna do Larry?
Yeah.
Camera on, sound on, stable, cock boss.
Welcome, everyone. This is your roving reporter, Rich Roundley, reporting to you from an undisclosed location in Southern Virginia. We're here to investigate the raging rumors of strange happenings in these regions. If these rumors are true, you will want to protect your family. We have confirmed reports of a huge explosion nearby that, however, has been explained as a detonation of a large still with associated alcohol and propane. Nothing unusual about that around here. We are continuing the investigation of the rumors of flying saucers, little green men, and robotic invaders. I want to assure our audience that nothing of that sort is around here now.
And the automatron walks into the background carrying a microwave. It places the microwave on the microwave pyramid and walks off camera. Meanwhile, Larry waves frantically.
Yes, Larry, I see you waving. I see you waving. Now listen and listen good. This is my interview. You just get the video. You're not paid to think.
Larry stops waving.
Now let's get a first-hand eyewitness description of the events from one of the residents. I think here's one of the residents now. Madam, could you please spare us a moment to tell our audience about the recent events here?
Oh, certainly, Mr. Roundley. It was so exciting. The sky turned positively green.
Oh, but first, can you tell us your name?
Of course I can. I am a mature lady, but my mind is as sharp as the day I was born. And this encounter with grunge art and the omelet and the robot has not unbalanced me in the least. It did set my pussy a quiver, but
first, could you please tell us your name?
But I already told you. Oh, it probably slipped your mind. I am Letitia Sludberry of the New Jersey Sludberries, and I must show you my pussy.
Oh no, please wait. Oh, right, I understand. It's your cat.
Ow! Oh, my pretty pussy is upset. Don't worry, pussy. The nice man won't hurt you.
Yes, your cat. Cat in the box, your cat. You wanted to introduce your cat, and you were telling us about the recent events.
Well, it started when one of our artists was preparing her newest work. That was Catherine Green. Oh, Green. She did her art, and the sky turned green. Oh, a new way to sign her work. She works mostly in grunge, you know.
Well, Miss Sudbury, did you actually see the sky turn green? That is one of the reports we had, and many of our viewers are skeptical.
Of course the sky turned green. Everyone around here saw that. You can ask that brave General Hightower. As Letitia speaks, the lower part of the sky behind them turns emerald green. The rest of the sky remains normal, with a blend area in between.
General Hightower is an officer in the National Guard. We have been unable to reach him for comment. An official, speaking off the record, confirms that the National Guard did respond to some event here, but the matter is classified at a super-secret level.
Rich turns as Rich speaks. The sky fades back to normal.
But the main thing we're here to report are the wild rumors about space aliens. Can you tell us anything about that?
Rumors? We have no rumors here at Immaculate Perception. We do have some wild residents, but they all have their own trailers. Trailers are not big enough to let one take in rumors. You should know that.
I'm sorry, no, not rumors. Rumors, unconfirmed reports. Did you see any flying saucers, for example? There were reports of flying saucers.
Oh, those reports were quite wrong.
Wrong. I think our viewers suspected as much. So there were no flying saucers then.
There was only one, and it nearly flew over. That was shortly after the sky turned to a beautiful emerald green. I don't know how Kathy did that.
Kathy, oh, the grunge artist. You think she produced the flying saucer?
Of course not. I think she produced the green sky. That was part of the grunge art. Have you no artistic sophistication?
Well, no. They took me off the art desk last year. But then, who do you think produced the flying saucer?
Well, the little green men, of course.
The space aliens, then.
Oh, I prefer to call them undocumented space people. Your term suggests racial profiling. I am sure your management would not approve of racial profiling.
Oh, I would not think of it. Did you see any undocumented space people, then?
I did not, but Mama did. You can ask her, but you'd better bring a bottle of Jack Daniels with you.
Oh, ma'am, we are not allowed to bribe for interviews.
Mama steps into the shot.
Don't give me
Yep.
this shit. You get paid for interviews. Your cameraman gets paid for interviews. Your producer gets paid for interviews. You want me to talk? You want me to come on camera and cry? I do the work. You collect the money. You're just like my old man. Only not as pretty as he was before I worked over his face.
During her speech, Mama continues to walk toward Rich, almost bumping into him as he backs away, being careful to stay in the shot.
I'm afraid that's all, folks. We have to run. Cut, cut, cut.
Cameraman, the SL camera book pulls back to show the cameraman and his camera. Cameraman waves to Rich.
Can wrap it up there, boss. I got some surprises on this file.
Roll promo and credits. In the background, the automatron enters, deposits another microwave on the pyramid, and exits.
Period.
Period, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Hey!
All right. Well done. Well done. All right.
This is the beginning, a little bit of explanation, so we got a little bit of time here. This is the beginning of, we're moving
end.
towards filming the first episode. We are looking for, Letitia will be played probably by one of the actresses in Avatar Repertory Theater. We are looking for actors and actresses and video capture people and machinimatographers or whatever they are. And we are very interested in finding people to work with us on this. We also need new writers. All right,
Yep.
let's go.
And they're also looking for people that will want to come and see it after it's done, okay? So if you don't want to be in it, at least sign up to listen to it later, okay?
I want to
Yeah, there you go, Timmy. Now, I don't know how many of you know this. This is going to be in the show, but I don't know how many of you know this. You know who the first Avatar? First one. Do you know who she was?
Stellar Sunshine.
First Avatar. Ruth.
Stellar
Yes,
Sunshine.
Stella Sunshine. Bravo, bravo, absolutely. Yes, that's Stella Sunshine. Yep, she was the first, the beginning, March 13th, 2002.
She built the governor's mansion on
Yep.
Clementina.
And the beanstalk.
Yep, and the
Yep.
climbable beanstalk.
Look at how good you guys are. There you go. Yeah,
Oh, I
you
know my
that.
history.
Yeah, you know, she Beanstalk. That was one of her picks, was the Beanstalk. And yeah, there you go. So you know the first Avatar. Now, this just goes to prove we girls were first, okay? Absolutely. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And, you know, it didn't, that's beta because it didn't really go live until 2003. You know that, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And at that time, all the people who could not afford Lexapro, Valium, Paxil, and other wonder drugs were sent to the new digital drug Second Life. Yes, just check your date of admission by clicking on your profile. You'll see when you came in and why you're not well yet, right? Back then, they actually had a weekly fee depending on Prim's Resden World.
Yes.
But our early ancestors were smarty people. They packed up all their
Pick up your
prims on the day
prims.
before taxes and re-res them the day after the count. So that's why that ended. Yeah, you got to give them credit, right? These were some smart folks. So anyhow, everybody having fun? We're having a good time? That
Yes,
I have to
indeed.
tell you something. That Think Letitia thing, the day that I started to do this is all he wanted me to constantly, could I do something about, I've lost my pussy. I've lost my pussy. And I said, think, why would I do that? I know where my pussy is. So I never did that joke. Yeah. All right. I'm not saying no more than that. By the way, in the house tonight, once again, for your pleasure, right here in the room, ready to get up and make us laugh is none other than the great, the magnificent, the one, the only Doc Grun. Come on up, Doc. Go.
Doc Grun made it.
It just goes to show you that you can drive supersonic on the Beltway. Okay. Good news is I have found a place, and I am now interviewing for Hose Lady. So after the show, we're going to have a little. I'll have a little card table set up, and I'll take interviews. I'm doing this kind of on the fly because I've been getting ready, and we're going out, and I'm doing the IKEA whirlwind tour this week to try and get things set up for me. So if it doesn't come in a box with instructions, I don't want it. Okay, that's just the way it is. So what I've done is
they give you a prim, and you just res the prim when you get to your house. You know, an entire room.
Yeah, but you got to pick. You have to pick it up when you leave, though. Okay, I've got a little bit of news. I got a couple jokes. That's really all I got tonight. But I think it's some stuff you'll like. This is a story I think that needs no intro, and you may have heard of it. You may haven't heard of it. This is from Jacksonville, Florida. A Florida man has been sentenced to 30 months in prison for repackaging used enema kits and returning them to the drugstore. Ronald Eugene Robinson of Jacksonville, who was 34 at the time of his arrest, pleaded guilty to product tampering and was sentenced this week to serve 30 months in prison following 2 years of supervised release. Defense attorney Ronald Falcon said his client was motivated by financial troubles when he returned the used enema kits. Personally, I think he's just full of shit. What do you think, guys? Now, CVS Pharmacy said it contacted 21 customers believed to have purchased the return kits, which tested positive for fecal matter. Anybody having dinner? I think those 21 people got the shitty end of the stick. What do you think? Okay? Now, this is a story that I'm very happy to see. More breastfeeding could save billions and prevent thousands of breast cancer cases. This is big news. Thanks to public health messages, everybody pretty much knows that breastfeeding is beneficial for baby. But it's also really good for mom. And now a new study quantifies just how good. If new moms adhere to the recommended guidelines that urge them to breastfeed each child they give birth to for at least a year, they could theoretically stave off 5,000 cases of breast cancer, about 54,000 cases of hypertension, and nearly 14,000 heart attacks annually. Averting those diseases would also save $860 million, according to research published in Obstetrics and Gynecology. Now, in an attempt to verify the authenticity of this information, I'm conducting my own independent study on the matter, and at this time I am actively seeking volunteers to donate their time and their breasts in the name of scientific research. Names of participants will be kept in the strictest of confidence as long as you remain in the study program until I'm convinced I have enough research to come to a conclusion. As I'm a very detail-oriented person, this study could go on for months. Participants are compensated for their time in the form of cab fare home. So there's something for you if you're looking for a little extra money. Now, a 12-year-old girl's life was ruined forever Monday after a judge in her hometown of Brandon, Canada, them goddamn Canadians, banned her from Facebook for a full entire year. The reason? She'd used the social network to threaten two of her Manitoba area classmates, writing, quote, "You have no idea how bad I want to strangle you two girls. OMG, you just wait, your time will come." According to the Winnipeg Free Press, the girl was inspired to write such a curdling threat after she found out her boyfriend was, quote, cheating on her with one of the other girls who attended the same second grade. Elementary school, boys and girls. Wonder if they're related to the kindergarten class that was rioting last week. Now, one of the girl's mothers found the note and reported it to police, and the offender admitted responsibility. Monday in court, the judge levied a 12-year-old with a 1-year probation order 12 years old and in second grade? It must be from Tennessee instead. And 50 hours of community service. The order also imposes a 1-year ban from Facebook, the place where she spends much of her time. News of that banning was allegedly met with a big dislike and a comparatively large OMG. Now, a young reporter went to a retirement home to interview an aged but legendary explorer. The reporter asked the old man to tell him the most frightening experience he'd ever had. The old explorer looked into the distance and warmed to his task. Once I was hunting Bengal tigers in the jungles of India. I was on a narrow path and my faithful native gun bearer was behind me. Suddenly, the largest tiger I've ever seen in my life leaped onto the path in front of us. I turned to get my weapon only to find my gun bearer had fled. The tiger leaped toward me with a mighty roar. I soiled myself. The reporter said, well, under those circumstances, sir, I think anybody would have done the same thing. Oh, no, I didn't mean then. I meant just now when I yelled, roar! Now, here's a job interview. Reaching the end of a job interview, the human resources officer asked a young engineer, fresh out of MIT, and what starting salary were you looking for? Engineer replies, well, in the region of $125,000 a year, depending on the benefits package. The interviewer inquires, well, what would you say to a package of 5 weeks vacation, 14 paid holidays, full medical and dental, company matching retirement fund to 50% of your salary, and a company car leased every 2 years, say a red Corvette convertible? The engineer sits up and says, gee, are you kidding? The interviewer says, yeah, but you started it. The family wheeled Grandma out onto the lawn in her wheelchair. The activities of her 100th birthday were taking place. Grandma couldn't speak very well, but she could write notes when she needed to communicate. After a short time out on the lawn, Grandma started leaning off to the right. So family members grabbed her and straightened her back up, thinking there was a problem, stuffing pillows on her right side. A short time later, she started leaning off to her left. So again, they started stuffing pillows. Soon she started leaning forward, so the family members again grabbed her and tied a pillowcase around her waist to hold her up. A grandson who arrived late came up to Grandma and said, hi, Grandma, you're looking good. How are they treating you? Grandma took out a little notepad and slowly wrote on the pad to the grandson the following words, they won't let me fart. Think about that. That was an esoteric there, boys. 3 vampires walk into a bar. The first one says, I'll have a pint of blood. Second one says, I'll have one too. Third one says, I'll have a pint of plasma. So the bartender says, so that'll be 2 bloods and a Bud Light, right?
Oh, God.
And finally, an Illinois man left the snow-filled streets of Chicago for a vacation in Florida. His wife was on a business trip and was planning to meet him there the next day. When he reached his hotel, he decided to send his wife a quick email. Unable to remember the exact email address, he did his best to type it from memory. Unfortunately, he missed one letter, and his note was directed instead to an elderly preacher's wife, whose husband had just passed away only the day before. When the grieving widow checked her email, she took one look at the monitor, let out a piercing scream, and fell to the floor dead. At the sound, her family rushed into the room and saw this note on the screen. Dearest wife, just got checked in. Everything prepared for your arrival tomorrow. P.S. Sure is hot as hell down here. That's all I got tonight, folks.
Bravo.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Doc Run. Thank you so much. Yeah, so the doc is moving quickly on the highway. So welcome, everybody. We have Mimi Singer coming up in about 15 minutes. So
And Mimi
she's
is
here in the house. Yes, she's in the house. I thought this was interesting in the New York Times, in case any of you go to Central Park or are thinking of going to Central Park. This was news today. A falling branch hits a woman in Central Park, okay? It's a park. There are trees, okay? They don't say a falling branch hits you when you're in the forest, do they?
Yeah.
But this is a big deal because apparently this is a recurring danger. A 6-month-old girl was killed in her mother's arm in June 10, 2010 in the park. Yep. Another mother was critically injured. In February that year, a 46-year-old restaurant worker was killed by a falling branch. In the summer of 2009, a 33-year-old Google engineer was hit in the head by a rotten tree branch, sustained brain and spinal injuries, and immediately created an app worth $1 billion. No. Okay. Hello? Anybody still out there? Are we still here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
I'm
still
laughing
here, right?
away and I had my mic turned off.
Oh, that's great. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah.
Doesn't help.
So that's Central Park for you. Yeah, so don't go into Central Park. Also, this whole thing with the NSA. Have any of you read about this thing?
Of course, yeah.
What? I mean, can you imagine if you're one of these people working for the NSA and your job is to monitor the shit going on in Second Life? I mean, you know, oh, you can't believe what I heard.
Monitor us.
Oh my God! There are men that sound like women, women dressed like men. Oh God, oh, I don't even know what's going on in there. Oh my God! Who cares about the Islamists? There's a terrorist organization called Second Life.
Look out for the news.
Yeah, right. I just think the whole thing is just wild stuff. Are we surprised? Gee whiz, you know? I mean, I didn't need the NSA. My mother knew everything that I was doing without using any of that equipment. You know, that's what they should do. Hire 30 mothers, then they'll know everything. Actually, that'd be a great thing. Go hire the mothers of the terrorists. There. What's your son up to? I don't know, but he bought 20 pressure cookers last week. Oh, thanks.
It's going to have a corn roast.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And here's this also in the paper. A Maine hermit faces jail and fame. Yeah. Secluded in the woods for 27 years, is responsible for at least 1,000 burglaries. Doesn't that go together, right? Wow. Incredible. 1,000 burglaries. Where did he put that stuff in the woods that they couldn't find it? What was he stealing?
Must have ate it.
Yeah. Oh, you think he ate it? No. He had 1,100 microwave ovens, right? And you know, theft changes over the time. You know, years ago they used to steal like tape decks, but that's not a bit of value. Now what are they going to do? Steal your, you know, Blu-ray disc player that costs like 11 cents?
No, they steal your copper.
And now that the
plumbing
TVs
now.
only weigh like 30 pounds, they don't steal those either. They only want to steal when they weigh 1,000. Anyhow, we have one more comedian coming up, and then we're going to have Mimi Singer. The comedian coming up right now was up here just a little while ago, and it will not be Letitia. It'll be Catboy. Catboy, are you ready to get up and...
Hey, Catboy!
All right. Yeah, Catboy. We love you, Catboy. We tease you. We have fun with you, but...
Don't you
you
ever
know,
stop teasing me.
We're so happy to be able to get your
That's good
talent
because we
for
weren't
free.
planning on it anytime soon.
Yeah.
We're really happy to
Everyone's
get
always
talent like
picking
yours
on
for
me.
free, you know?
Oh, poor
Because
Catboy.
we were willing to pay something, we could get some better talent, but...
I completely
Are you
lagged
coming up
out,
here,
so I don't even-
Catboy?
I
Yeah.
am totally lagged out. My computer's froze up.
Yeah,
I just gotta wait
it's
till I'm
bad.
able to move.
Pussy on a hot tin roof. I love it.
I want to show you my
Held up oh, come on. Ignore. I think I'm standing on top of Queen, am I?
Catboy, you're not
Oh,
like that.
great.
It's the outfit. Trust me.
Turn, go forward.
Wait, I think they got to merge some of these places. It'd be great. The Jersey Boys read the Book of Mormons. That'd be right. Yep.
Man, this lag is just death.
Oh, this is extra. You know, this you pay extra for this. But
Oh, man.
so anyhow, you guys can
Well,
all
I needed
disconnect
to-
your television if you really want to. It's easy to do, and you get lots of calls from DirecTV or Comcast or whoever, and they tell you that they've been reading all your mail. You know, that NSA thing. Come on, Google reads all our mail, right? You ever go and search for something, the next thing you know, it shows up on your Facebook page. Don't
Yes.
you really want this? No, I don't really want the goddamn thing. If I wanted, I would have ordered it, you know? Yeah. And
Did you
then if
get
my
it from
friends go to my
Amazon next
Facebook
week?
page, do they see all the weird things I'm looking at? Oh, look, I went to that sex site. Do they know this?
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Yes.
Good.
They probably
That's
advertise
great.
on it.
Come on, go
That's
forward.
fabulous. Yeah, right. Why, I
Poor
recommend
Catboy.
this vibrator. Coupled with the movie The Notebook.
really-
It makes a hell of an evening.
Yeah. The new vibrator called the Filibuster.
Hey,
Oh, look.
Catboy made it to the stage.
Haley
I
had
made
a
it to the
$22
stage,
million
as soon as I get here, the
computer and
first thing
she's
it does,
crashed.
I literally
Or she
can't
left.
do anything. Oh man.
Yeah. All right. Okay, you can't do anything. You're not coming up. Okay, well, do it from where you are. Just do it from where you are. Where are you?
He's on the Catboy is on the stage.
He's on the
Yeah.
White Queen.
Okay.
Yeah,
no,
you're-
it's just I do need to
I'm on
move
the
though
stage.
because I got a few props I wanted to.
There you
They're
go.
not
You're
gonna
lagging.
rest,
You're
so
going
who
to drop
gives a
some
shit,
props
you
on
know?
us.
Are
Okay.
you
Yeah.
kidding?
Good luck.
You're gonna try to drop props
comedy.
on a night when Mimi, get ready because
No.
we.
Well, everyone's making a big fuss about the NSA thing happening right now. All I know is that when I called my girlfriend last night and I was teasing her about telling me what she's wearing, Bill Clinton cut in and he said, "Yeah, tell him." Tell him what you're wearing. Oh, come on, Scream, please.
What?
I'm not saying there's cause for concern, but I did get a call from the NSA today saying, "Look, you said your dental appointment was at 1:15 and you're late."
Yeah, the new app, the NSA app. Remind you.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Probably
So
is
I
one
wanted
already.
to show people something, but I got a prop. I raised it up on the ceiling. Maybe you'd be able to see it. Now I bought this freaky mouse the other day. Let's see if I can bring.
What the hell is that?
I know. I bought this. This is mine.
What is
This
it?
is my mouse. This is a mouse, if you could believe it.
That's
Now
No.
I've been
always
doing a
want
lot
mice.
of building recently in because because of the SL10B thing, and I've been helping people.
This is a mouse?
This is a mouse. It looks about as comfortable to hold on to as a kitchen knife, but it actually is.
It looks
very
like something we launch after the Middle
Yeah,
Eastern
Robo-mouse.
people every now and then. Looks more like a drone than a mouse.
It's a drone, yeah.
It looks like Darth Vader's illegitimate child.
That should have been
And
my
it said-
punchline.
It says rat on it. Is it? It just
Yeah,
says
it's
rat.
a rat. I know.
A cat
isn't
and a
that
rat.
sexy?
Now,
Cat
who
and a
makes
rat.
it? Does Rat make it? Is it a rat mouse?
It's made by Mad Max. That's the company that does a lot
Mad
of
Max.
accessories. Yeah, they
Wow.
make they make things for video games like those little guns that you hold that you.
Guess
point
your
at the
father's
screen.
not going to get a Father's Day present. You blew it on this thing, huh?
That's not your.
Yeah, it's all gone.
That's not your father's mouse. That's for sure.
Well, I bought this thing because I had one of those crappy Logitech mouses that kept sticking all the time, and I'm trying to, when you're building in Second Life, you're always constantly shifting your camera around. Well, this thing will do that very smoothly. But as weird as this thing looks, I keep thinking to myself, I have seen this somewhere before. I know I've seen this shape somewhere before, and finally the other day it hit me. There it is.
Oh, yes, it's the rat. Yes.
Yeah, it's the
That's it. That's where I've
Batmobile.
seen this before. So now
Wow.
that- Now, talking about freaky cars, did everyone hear recently that Michael Mann has announced? I believe is it Michael Mann? He's doing the Transformer movies, and they announced that they're making Transformers something or other. Transformers 4 is coming out. And you all sound very intrigued. Transformers 4.
You know, all those movies are made for the Chinese, not for us.
Yeah.
Like an
Well,
Epson.
this is what they announced what's going to be on their cast for Transformers 4. And they said that we have a brand new Lamborghini Aventador is the one car they have. That's what you're looking at right now. And the other cast member is the Bugatti Veyron. And I thought, this doesn't really remind me of what they had when I was a kid. When I was a kid, it was Transformers Robots in Disguise, not Transformers, the most conspicuous supercars on the planet. You know? I mean, seriously, like, when was the last time you ever heard one of the villains in Transformers having this conversation?
Megatron! Why is it everywhere we go we're being followed around by incredibly rare $5 million supercars?
That was great. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. I just got to say, but you ever notice that when you're listening to the villains in, like, the Transformers, the Autobots sound one way. All of the villains, all the Decepticons, they all sound like they're throwing up while they're talking.
Like, Megatron! Wait, sorry, Megatron!
Yeah. Yeah.
Like death metal.
That's enough of Megatron. But you know what? Transformers do have a bit of a backup. Okay, so they do have these ridiculously rare supercars. But if they want to look inconspicuous, at least they have a giant big rig that's covered in a hot rod flame job, or this thing. I don't even know what that is. I mean, if this was parked in front of my house, all I can assume is shit is about to go down and it's going to be Armageddon. Honestly, if this was in front of my home, if the least thing you did was transform into a giant robot, I would actually be relieved. I would just sit there going, oh, thank God, it's just a robot. Just ignore it. Some kid's toy got on the loose. Now, I wanted to show off a build that I was working on. There is a brand new game show that's actually going to be operating in Second Life, and I made one of their props, and I want to show it to you. And the name of the show, oh gosh darn it, I gotta find the prop. And I actually got pushed outside, but it doesn't matter. I could do it from out here. I got pushed outside of the club, and I don't want to walk back in.
That was entirely by accident.
Outside, so you should be able to see
sorry. We're only allowed to have cats indoors for a certain amount of time. It's not
get thrown out. Here it is. Here's the game board.
Do business and you can get back in.
Name of the show is called Name That Schmuck, and this is how it works. Is you think a celebrity somewhere has said something really stupid, and you're supposed to, you hear the quote, and you try to guess which celebrity matches up with the stupid quote. And it's called Name That Schmuck. Now, who wants to play Name That Schmuck? I only have one question, so it'll only take a few seconds. Anyone want to play? Who wants to be the first to play Name That Schmuck? Magic wants to play Magic? Okay, Magic's the first one, so we'll get Magic to play it. Now, the quote is, which president of the United States said that he would like to take all of the artists and all of the intellectuals and all the writers and all the creative people and all the professors and scientists, put them all on an island, and when the island is full, he will drop nuclear bombs on a lot of them? Was that Ronald Reagan, George Bush Jr., Lyndon B. Johnson, or Richard Nixon?
Oh, look, they morph into one person if you push them all together.
Magic says Nixon. Let's find out. Let's press and find out. Magic says Nixon. Oh, it's not. Well, actually, Magic was right. That was Nixon. Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon.
I would like to drop nuclear bombs on a lot of them. And that's that.
Magic.
But that's something to look forward to when you get to SL10B. They're going to have that game show there on display. And that's it for tonight.
Oh, that's great.
Yay,
that's wonderful.
Catboy,
Mimi Singer going up on stage and get set up, okay? And when is Think's still here? Probably not, but maybe.
Yes, I'm still here. And
good. Well, if you hear her when she's playing, you let us know, and we'll just have it all going.
I have an interview to do.
I'm gonna have to relog.
You have an interview to do? Who are you interviewing?
Grease Cokes, his name is.
Grease Cokes.
Yeah, he's a Griffin.
Ah. Well, I want to tell everybody thank you so very much for coming, and we're really happy you make Tuesdays happen. We never know what's happening. Don't forget, June 23rd, Second Life 10th birthday, 4 p.m. Come watch. Hopefully, I'll make it through the hour and not be kicked off into Google Lively.
Into the
whatever happened.
Oh, good. That's a Sunday. Good.
Yeah, Sunday, 4 p.m. Second Life time. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your neighbors. You know, how about that? How about the people who live around you? Why don't you show them what you've been doing? Let them be afraid that their property values might fall again. Look at that. Hello, Mimi. Mimi's getting all set up. And don't you love the photos? I like every week we put up new photos on the stage. And I like that one of, I don't know who that is. That could be a Rastafarian diving in. And this little girl here, her skirt's a bit short. She's very Second Life-ish. Yep. And that was a heck of a mouse. I looked it up, by the way, Catboy. your rat mouse. It's got 0 latency and it's wireless, right?
He's relogging.
Yeah, relogging.
Here's your
Alright.
relogging.
Everybody's relogging.
He's out using the
Alright.
cat box.
Ah. Well,